look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, dickless, hopeless, heartless, fat-ass, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is! Hallelujah! Holy shit! Where's the Tylenol?
Jesus.
You said it, man.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Here tonight.
Hello, hello.
I don't think that was even English.
Donde Esaias Biblioteca.
We're bilingual in this piece.
Again, I've said that for years. So when that showed up in Deadpool, my God, I died.
Yeah, did you cheer?
Probably. I was like, yeah. He said the thing.
Did you do the Breakfast Club cheer?
I probably just ice picked it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Did you hear that?
That was good.
Don't start falling apart on me now.
Yeah.
Love of all that is holy.
Yes, as long as you don't hurt yourself doing.
I should do a green screen of that.
Oh,
I should do it right. You know, if I'm gonna do it. Roll keeper. So Dan.
hello, Dan.
All right. So, what do we want to start? We'll crack this fucker open. How's that?
Get this fucker out.
Hey, get in.
Do it.
GTFO.
I'll go
GTFO.
Yeah.
last because I only have one thing. Mikey, you have like a cubic ass ton of things, don't you?
I have many things.
So you go first then.
Okay.
Sorry, Stacy. We tried starting earlier, and those mega power guys, man, they just keep going and going and going.
Those motherfuckers.
They go hard. They go hard in the paint.
Son of a bitch. We don't know anything to those guys whatsoever.
I know. Right, exactly.
Also,
So
their family, you should always watch the Mega Powers Monday
That also makes me
and
really
Thursdays.
mad. Like it makes me
absolutely.
What did he say?
stopping the fucking Jesus.
Now, who can argue with that?
That's right.
Yeah.
Mikey made video clips for us specifically for each person, and I'm just trying to find a way to fucking word them in.
It's a pet cannon.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I did some stuff.
Well, Mikey's doing that. We're greeting people over here. Mime from hell.
So the first thing I got to show off is all the comic books I bought while we were on stream last week.
Hey,
You had a haul.
I got these on the cheaps, so I got lots of them. But this I wanted to get because I love Alex Ross.
oh
In
yeah,
the middle is the assembly,
Ooh, look at that.
but it's basically
Those
just like
pages
the
sticky
origin of each one with Alex Ross art. It's pretty rad.
yeah, that's yeah.
It's
I have
dope.
that book actually. Yeah, it's great.
It's dope. It was a good $6.
It's not $6.
Finally got a Batman Noel hardback even.
Well, hang
Excited
on,
about
everybody.
that.
Hang on. Show that stuff again. What are we doing here?
Batman
that.
Noel.
'Tis the season.
There's words and pictures.
Wow,
Look, Drakkar Noir.
Wow.
wow.
Oh, you with
And I
the
got,
impersonations. God, you.
Year one.
That's a
Oh,
good
yeah, buddy. Yeah. I
Based
found
on
mine
the
after you,
representation.
John. We were all talking.
Uh-huh.
I found mine.
Finally got my own copy.
There you go.
Kingdom Come.
Boy.
I just came now watching that.
Here's the Secret Origins book I was talking about.
Ooh.
Dude.
And it's pretty rad.
Yeah.
And it's literally just the old comics, just an origin story for five of the 7.
That's awesome, man.
This
Hey,
Tower of Ion. I finally got it. Glorious. I found this one, which, the cover sold me.
Yeah.
The greatest stories ever told.
Ever.
But, I can't. It's got Alex Ross painting on it, so,
you can't go wrong if there's an Alex
sold.
involved. So,
What's up,
And
there,
then
Eleven?
Longbow Hunters.
that's actually kind of funny. You'll find out why it's funny later.
I do like Kevzilla. Figure it out, motherfuckers.
That is one route we could do.
Yeah. The other stuff I got from the Walmart's clearance-a-thon.
Oh,
I mean, a pair of beach heads.
there you go. Don't be such a beachhead.
Such a beach head. Got another dock.
Hey,
You know?
what's up, Doc?
Those on clearance?
We can do this all day.
Yeah. Of course, I got this Captain America that I immediately part swapped.
Yeah,
a cool
yeah.
figure.
Yeah.
Cool figure. $15. I couldn't pass that one up. And then we got a McFarlane, which was actually from a different source, but it was like $8.
Yeah.
But
Is that Year Zero or Dark City?
Huh?
Is that Year Zero Batman or Dark City?
It says Dark Detective.
Oh yeah, all right. That's
I'm a dark detective.
and
And I'm the Arkham Knight. So
That's cool.
between these two, I'm gonna start to make my Crimson Cowl, my custom
There you
DCU character,
hell yeah.
who has long changed his name to Cobalt.
Huh.
So yeah,
That's not
so that's
Crimson
why
at
I
all.
got a couple of McFarlane figures that I don't care about the characters. I'm gonna make the Sapphire Archer
Dope.
Other action.
pickups.
Dak, what you got?
I got stuff. You got a hold of the chat from there?
Yeah, I can do it.
God, show me your stuff.
Show that stuff. Share screen. Do the things. Except that's not what I want to do.
Quit playing with yourself. Show us what you're doing.
Show us what you got.
You gotta show us what you're working with.
Put that thing down, flip it, and reverse it.
That's actually pretty cool. Oh,
Ooh.
I don't know why I'm doing the A team, but I'm doing the A team.
you are doing the A team, so that's okay.
I love lenticular. And so, hey, Hasbro, why couldn't we get that for the bats? Is there a reason? Huh?
Why?
Hey,
Why?
Tony, how's the family? How you doing?
Tony!
Hey, how
Hey.
you doing?
Mwah, mwah,
How you doing over there?
Frank King,
mwah,
Peggy Kitty, our good
mwah.
friend.
Then, so, pick some of these up.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother!
Oh, yeah. Because Mr. Mikey's probably going to get some of these little bad boys from shout out to Woody 222 with his idea to do some Sentinels with these. So I like the scaling of them. Let me put Captain Sumbitch up here. So I do. I really think that'll be really cool.
Abby has a request for you.
What's up you got?
It's on the screen. There you go. All right.
Yeah, I can't do it. I'm tired.
That's fair.
That's all you're getting. I'm phoning this one in. I can tell you that, guys.
Poor guy was all tuckered out.
I do. Oh yeah, did I show this one off? I showed this off. I showed it off on another stream, but for ours, yes, I'm an idiot, and I'm like that stuff from Gridiron Studios. I love the shit out of this thing. I didn't get the front cover. I just got the lower, and I got the upper. But I do, man. I love the shit out of this little thing. Like a little jump mech.
Hell yeah.
Put some Cobra logos on that thing, and then make that pop. I think this is silly how it's feeding in together. What'd you say it was, Mikey? Like a 30 round?
Yeah, it's just a 30-round string of ammo. Use it sparingly.
Done.
Seconds, you'll be good.
So yeah, I'll probably take that out of one side as I break it on camera.
They should just get rid of the tiny like thrusters on it and put an ammo pack back there.
So Shane said something about that. I like it. They're almost like little jump packs. Like they're not meant to fly. Now this thing's good for like short little hops. I like it. I might reach out to Suka. Suka makes like some flame effects for these things. So I think
He does.
I might go ahead.
Jay, can you get the toy a little closer to the camera? Sure. Ken's toys would like to see a better image of it.
Rub our nose in it.
Yep, and congrats to Tony. He just got these Stinger attachments from Gridiron today.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, brother! And hey, yo, Frankie's here. Good. What's up, man?
Frankie, you're
glad to see you here, and all of our other friends that are here. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
He's got the whole flame effect here. It's flat, if I can show that off. So
yeah.
But for photography, you could budget and do all kinds of other stuff.
Well, make sure you specify it's for a display or a diorama, but know which one is which, though. Okay.
Yeah. If you know, you know. But yeah, I mean, I like all the detailing. I don't need those legs to articulate because I don't want that thing to end up like Tony's loose collector.
Or it's not a loose fly pod on chicken legs.
So that's a good question. Ken wants to know if you see the print lines from the 3D printing.
Can't see the lines, can you, Russ?
No, sure can't, Dad.
I can't, but I'm an old man. But some of the 3D stuff that I've gotten, I mean, they're very obvious. I mean, maybe in the right light, you could kind of see it around there. But yeah, you're not going to see it on camera. I can tell you that.
Yours is about as good as it gets.
So Frankie wants to know where he could get that for his, and I think it's just Gridiron
Studios.
It's like props though, or something like that.
Yeah. All right, we'll have a link for you here pretty soon, Frankie. One of us will do it at least.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Cool.
Gridiron props.
Yeah.
Boop boop boop.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. Did you guys have a good Christmas? I know that we've talked since then or with all that, but and on Christmas, but
on Christmas.
Yeah.
On Christmas. You guys
had some good times.
Yeah.
Today.
You
had a good time.
I got to hang out with you guys, so that was awesome. The wife's out there, and I was like, I did my Christmas husband duties, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go lay down." I said, "That's awesome. I'm gonna be up for about 18 more hours. See you later."
Well done.
My wife is awesome, so toast one to my wife with some Hanjan Sake. It's the sensible choice. Can I show that on YouTube? I don't even know.
We're not monetized. Who gives a shit?
Well, you kind of already did it, so we'll have to fix it in post.
We'll fix it. Play a clip over it or something.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. Let me get
play one of them clips.
Yep, we'll do.
Who's there?
I'm Jeff.
Oh yeah.
There, perfect.
Just a taste. Rub that on your gums, you son.
That might have been better.
Oh Lord. Oh, it's the holidays. My studio's dark. I don't know why. It's bugging the crap out of me.
Mine is way too bright because I adjusted the light briefly and now it's all fucked up. So got that going for me. I don't have anything like new to like. I don't have like any new stuff. I got something from Ollie's from my mom.
Ooh, those showed off, man. That counts. Yeah.
There we go. And I'm always a sucker for Spider-Man villains. So there you go. But yeah, let's get that figure out. So all right, let's jump into it. Came from the collection. We should really work on those.
I actually had a plan, and it went right out of my head before the show about what I was going to show off from it came from the collection.
Oh, were you not going to randomly pull something from behind you?
No, not this time or the other times anyone can prove.
No.
You know what? Here, I'm going to do it now.
Peer pressure, kids.
I win.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey.
There it is. Oh, he remembered. Oh, look at
yeah. You remember what you're going to show.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah.
I'm dying. I am dying, boys. I'm dying.
It's a nice shirt you have there.
That's a
Oh.
nice shirt.
Crown
Make
Fox
your
Productions.
titties pop.
So just for everyone's knowledge, Zakanin is extremely sick right now, and he's doing his best to keep the show going. So shout out to Zakanin.
If you see my camera go off,
He's dying on the inside and the
Yep.
outside now.
as long as I mute my mic when I turn my camera off, that'll be the key thing.
Yeah, your bathroom is real close to your studio. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Trust me. So this right here, as I was setting up the studio for the holidays, came across my Marvel Holiday Special over here. In my head, again, I'm sick. I thought I saw Stacey Hatch link one of these on YouTube. I want to say I might be wrong. I know Stacey will correct me if I'm wrong. But I came across that one. What year was that one? Not that I can read that bullshit.
1994.
I don't know, something. By the way, Arthur Adams. I love me some Arthur Adams artwork, man. I love this Ghost Rider. That's a terrible Wolverine. That's typically not his artwork for Wolverine.
No.
I'm gonna blame the colorist. But this one's 1993 on this one. I don't know who did the cover.
Ooh,
Merry
that's
Christmas,
Smart
like-
Hulk.
Oh yeah, it's Smart Hulk.
Smart Hulk.
Professor Hulk or something.
Yeah. I liked Smart Hulk.
Oh man, Del Keown, so good.
You
But
get
yeah,
some
I mean-
Suicide Squad comics there, you see?
Well, yeah, I mean, I just basically, whenever I'm doing the studio behind the scenes stuff, BTS, I'll
Ooh.
set several comics behind as I'm rotating because
Yeah.
I'm also lazy. But like my Sentinels one that's typically in the back, I'm a sucker for
It's a cool
Sentinels.
cover.
I like the cover. I think it's a solid cover. So it
cool
works
cover.
for art
Good
in the
cover.
background.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, randomly, I'll have my Suicide Squad #1. And they're like, why'd you have such a problem with the movie? And we're like, well, the movie sucked. That's my problem with the movie. And I hated the casting. They had such a diverse cast here. It's right here.
I mean, Giant
So
Skybeam
good.
was the theme of most comic book movies when that came out.
That's true.
With it, and it became what, Task Force X or something. Or it always was, but I mean that's a more of a powerful,
I heard X gonna give it to you. That's the rumor on the street.
from my original from our previous DC Judas Contract. So good.
It's a wonderful cover.
For Halloween, I'm a sucker for these because these glow.
They shine.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, I get these with the UV light, and they will light up.
That's cool as hell.
Oh man,
Hold it up.
and they really.
It's not doing it.
Go ahead, try it now.
Refund.
It's almost dark enough in this motherfucker. I probably could do it.
It's too bright, Mikey.
But yeah, that's
Oh shit! It was too high. Had to aim it down.
seizures. We're gonna get sued. Well, we had a good run.
You know,
There you go. Headcanon's got some DC comic stuff for us. There you go. You had 2 divisions.
Checkmate.
And the Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Checkmate. I really enjoyed that one. HGC just ran out the Robo Skull.
Is it really a fucking superhero movie? Valid point.
it's true.
Mikey, what do you got?
So I have something that kind of goes with the theme tonight that is also a Christmas present that my father gave me.
Oh,
Let me some Dr.
It is
Seuss,
a
too.
high-res scan and print of a painting my grandfather did in the 60s.
nice. That is awesome.
And applicable to our topic.
Yes, it is.
That's cool.
Yes, it is. You can't read that. It's like 11 of 69.
69, dude.
69, dude.
Yeah.
It's an awesome painting, though. That's great.
Yeah. He was pretty into that stuff. He always loved this painting. It was always somewhere. It was never hung up, but it was always somewhere visible, like leaning against a wall or.
Yeah.
And so Dad has the original, and he had Carson Metaxas do a high res scan of it, so we could have a couple copies of it. So
That's awesome, dude.
That's came from the collection.
That's great. Now I have to follow that up with my shit. So it's funny that you showed off that comic earlier, Mikey, because while I've been going through my comics, I found my OG copy.
Nice.
This is book 2 of the Longbow Hunters, and I found book 1 as well, but this is the one that I prefer of the 2 issues that I have. I'd like to find the 3rd one and finish out the series, but this is probably one of my favorite Green Arrow stories of all time, just because it's more adultier. Like, Ollie, robbed from the cartel, because he was like, fuck it, they don't need the money. So, and
Spicy Tim, what's up, buddy?
Spicy Tim, what's going on, brother?
What up, Tim?
And the other thing is an action figure. It is the DCUC Supergirl from the animated series. Once again, going through all of my bins, and I'm finding shit that I completely forgot about. I hate my lights tonight. Okay, that's too dark. Great.
No, I don't think so. Try it again.
Okay, so.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
That's good.
So yeah, there we are.
That's a good looking Supergirl.
It is. I liked this look from the animated series, and Justice League Unlimited and all that jazz. And
yeah,
I always prefer. It's the same as Superboy. I prefer Connor in the black shirt and blue jeans rather than anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Young Justice Man. That Connor was so good.
Yeah, it really was. Really, really was. That whole series
butchered that figure, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was not good. But hopefully we'll be getting Superboy soon from Mafex, and that's an okay one too.
This is going to be the year for me and McFarlane, whether I decide to just gone and then start switching over to Mafex, because Mafex is putting out some bangers that I would really like to transition over to.
Let me know if you do that, because I will show you where I get mine for cheap.
That group that you were showing me about.
That, and there's some vendors down in that, and there's some places down in Texas, like private sellers. So
okay, right on.
Yeah. So, boys, what are we talking about tonight?
The
favorite chicken joint.
Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle.
I was not prepared for this.
Is that genuinely your pick?
I don't have one. Chick-fil-A. It's really good. It's a Lord's chicken.
Well, it is the Lord's chicken. I'm a Zaxby's man myself.
Does Clint have a favorite chicken joint that he goes to?
That's a good question.
I don't need the answer from Clint. Okay, I'm not trying to say dance monkey dance. I was curious.
You're kind of saying that.
No, I'm not. I just want to make sure. I'm not that guy.
I don't know if he has a favorite, but he definitely thinks KFC is fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
Fucking bullshit.
He probably does.
I'll squeeze it out of your mama.
He probably goes to some diner. He probably goes to some bar where he gets his chicken from.
He gets his from a greasy spoon, like the kind of place that Jeff's gonna start working at.
Yeah,
the kind of place he gets his fried chicken from.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
They blend the 11 herbs and spices right there in the back.
So I got to answer this question. Alpha, I can't put the link up because it is a phone number.
No doxing your sources. That's not a good idea.
Dance, monkey, dance. The Chicken Ranch? No, it's the sci-fi that shaped us, or
that's
that made us, because we have a divergent timeline.
We do.
We have two parallel timelines going on at the same time. Well, let's talk about that. We talk about
it.
The definition, right? But as we all kind of talked about it, we read. The definition covers a broad base, right? Frankenstein is a science fiction movie. because at the time, this is all science fiction, bringing somebody back to life, right? And it wasn't through magic, it's through science.
Yeah.
Science.
Do I count
Science,
that?
people! Science!
I kind of want that clip for us, but I kind of want us to
Don't
do
don't
it.
force that.
I want to do it.
Don't force it.
Oh, no, yeah, true. Thanks.
Today's
Good
not
looking
the
out.
day.
Good looking out.
It's not the day.
You know what? Sometimes for the art, though, you got to flirt with that line. But now, do I count that? Well, I'll ask us. So, I mean, do you guys count Frankenstein about what you think is science fiction?
No.
How does your definition differ, Jeff?
My science fiction is mostly space is the backdrop. Like, it doesn't, like... Yeah, space is the backdrop. Usually universal or cosmic travel, things like that. And, like... The future, not the past. And, like, Frankenstein is a great book, and it's a great example of what science fiction was at the time. But, like, you give me a movie like The Time Machine, like the classic Time Machine, or Back to the Future, those are science fiction movies to me. And I think we can all agree that Star Trek, at one point or another, was in our lives, and that's science fiction.
You're going with the Ray Bradbury science fiction.
Yeah, I was a big reader of Ray Bradbury in like junior high and high school, and like
it's fair. I mean, that is the iconic science fiction for sure.
Fahrenheit 451. I mean, just anything in a future like that. Planet of the Apes, science fiction.
So, Mime.
Oops, sorry about it.
That's a fantasy movie.
Yes.
I'm saying science fiction. It's like Star Trek too. I mean,
they don't have space wizards in Star Trek.
There's no wizards in Star Trek.
But except they had a science behind it, even though
fuck that.
I understand.
Here's why Star Wars is not science fiction. I'm going to run it parallel with another movie.
Okay.
Days of Thunder.
Orphan Boy, Chosen One. Orphan Boy, Chosen One. Harry Potter. Orphan Boy finds mentor to teach him space magic. Harry Potter goes to space school by an older mentor to teach him magic. Lightsaber, wand. Fantasy.
That's a very poor argument. I know where you're going with
exactly. That's how we're getting engagement.
Okay, because I'm like, that's what we want. Chad, you tell us, do you think Star Wars is science fiction or not?
The
story, it's a subgenre.
The story is based in fantasy with science fiction
elements,
plot devices.
Yeah,
there we go.
So I can see it both ways, because obviously growing up, I always thought Star Wars was sci-fi because it's space and it's lasers and it's spaceships. But the heart of the story is following the Force, which is magic, fantasy.
John, it's pushing science to fictional levels.
Yeah.
And then I would say this, obviously, I mean, Star Trek and Star Wars, man, definitely shaped me in my nerddom, right?
Oh,
we can do whole episodes based on them. So, I mean, obviously they affected us, right?
Yeah.
Since I'm a little bit older than you two young whippersnappers.
Yeah, that's
for me at the time, like Twilight Zone was huge for me, man. I mean, they had yes, they had fantasy shows all the time, but I mean, they had the science one. The man at the end of the world, was it I can't remember. He's the last human being alive, and he hated people. He steps on his glasses and he can no longer read because that's all he wanted to do is read, and he couldn't read anything anymore. I love that shit.
Yeah,
love it.
One of my favorites is How to Serve Human.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
God, I love that one. That one's so fucking good.
It's a cookbook.
Well, I mean, that's even a throw. Like even The Simpsons parodied that too. Which is good. Or
Futurama.
The episode of I guess we're talking about the Twilight Zone. The Twilight Zone where the guy was just this is from the movie where he was just a bigot, just a piece of shit, and then he was just thrown into those people's shoes to see how he was treated, how they are treated, and like that was a good comeuppance for me. Like, don't be an asshole to people just because they're this. You know, be an asshole to people because they're assholes.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeff Butler, who is not an asshole. He's an amazing human being.
Yes, sir.
Burgess Meredith. Thank you, Jeff. Do we have a council of Jeffs?
I think we have. I don't see Mo, so no.
I haven't seen Wheat.
Yeah, I haven't seen W either. So
I'm with these two, Ken. I brought it up. It's stupid. It's so dumb.
we don't
Gross.
count that.
Jeff Butler knows his shit.
He does.
That sounds like Clint. Something Clint would say.
Jeff Butler knows his shit.
Yeah.
But you compare stories. I mean, there's only 7 stories, right? That would just keep getting told in a different manner. Sometimes you combine those stories.
Yeah. And some of them are in varying degrees of good or bad.
Ooh, this one right here. Also, man, Twilight Zone had so many iconic actors. I mean, Shatner, amen. Charles Bronson, Charlie Bronson, Leslie Montgomery, Bewitched.
Man, I'm just trying to find a fucking picture.
It's all under fiction, right? So yeah, so science fiction, right? Then sword and sorcery. But yeah, I mean, Mikey, Jeff, and I all talked about this. I don't care what the definition is because I'm going to go with how I'm affected by it, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like it what matters is like where it's coming from your perspective. Like all three of us have different answers to what is science fiction, and everyone in the chat has a different answer to what science fiction is. So like that's just simple. So Zach, you want to lead us off with your favorite 5 shows or 5 books, movies, whatever the hell?
I'm gonna do it off the riff as we were talking tonight. So how I'm gonna do it. Right. So like Forbidden Planet, this to me was so fucking iconic. I mean, I don't know if that was my first introduction to Robbie the Robot, but I'm pretty sure it was for me. I love that fucking robot, man. Holy shit, what a great design. He kept showing up in every show after that, right? You had Mork from Ork. He was on an episode of that. Lost in Space. Oh man, that robot comes out like there's shit's gonna happen, right? Gremlins in the background. They have Robbie the Robot going front.
She was his time machine in the background too when the dad calls from the invention thing. Yeah,
I think it was Jeff Butler that showed me that clip where then when they flash back to the next scene, the time machine's gone. There's just smoke. And I'm like, did I miss that before?
I think
I remember that.
But I remember seeing Forbidden Planet. My dad showed this to me. And like the reason that my dad didn't like the very beginning of it was because it reminded him too much of the Navy. And I was like, oh, okay. That's all I got.
I get you. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hear this, right? Yeah. How many versions of Seven Samurai are out there and been redone, right? Mandalorian, they did a Seven Samurai episode.
Yep. And
Seven Samurai is not even the one most people go to. Most people go to Magnificent Seven. You're like, well, there's one older than that, guys.
Yep. But if you don't know that, right?
Most people don't. Because who the fuck watches black and white fucking Japanese shows from the 50s? You know, like, yeah, that's not on everybody's watch list.
That's true. Plus,
neither is Magnificent Seven. To be fair.
Plus, it had Leslie Nielsen in it playing a straight role, and he still did dramatic parts.
Leslie Nielsen did a lot of science fiction roles back then, man. And good. I mean, when he's a straight guy, you're like, and when I saw him, then he's an airplane. I'm like, hey, I know that actor. What's he doing?
Police Files is what got me. The TV show, not the film, but the TV show got me first. Just holy shit.
Schramm's Flow Paper? That'd be pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. But like when you take like Forbidden Planet, though, like you look at like revolutionary sci-fi movies, and that was one of them. And I'm just gonna get this out of the way right now and just talk about Blade Runner. That was a awesome depiction of like man's journey through time and like the morals that will come up if and when we ever get to that part in a world where we are genetically creating people without stuff, and like they're becoming like a workforce or whatever else. It's kind of one of the reasons why I liked Exo Squad as well, because that's what the Neo Sapiens were. They were created by man, and that trope follows through with Blade Runner, Exo Squad, and the new Battlestar Galactica that came out in the the late 90s. Like that trope was there, like man's invention turning on them.
The dystopian, future. Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a trope now, but not then. Not when this movie came out. And this was believable too. Like everything they were displaying was believable that we could achieve that within that time period.
Exactly, and just like the backdrop of both of those movies make me want to know why it's like that. Make me want to know how it got like that. Not long, but it's just. Blade Runner is easily in my top 5 of all time and sci-fi just because of that,
And Frankie, I totally agree that Black Mirror right now, that's like this generation's, Twilight Zone. I don't think it's ever going to be as iconic because again, it's all right time, right place for that to happen. But I agree.
It's not as iconic, but they definitely get the heart of it, like the telling a new story enclosed in its own. Sometimes I think there were a couple 2-parters, but almost every story stands alone. There's new actors. Like it's very much the same thing that Twilight Zone was doing, and then the mind-bending stories. And some of them are great. Some of them are kind of dog shit.
He's not Jeff.
Replicant.
That's for all Jeffs. He's not.
Replicant. 100% a replicant.
Chat, you know how often Jeff's right, so.
I mean, let's look at the clues.
Oh my God. See, this is a whole episode just doing this.
Unicorn. The unicorn dream.
Jeff, you gotta stop. You gotta stop. What episode are you fucking talking about? Because some people haven't seen every fucking version of Blade Runner.
That's too bad for them.
You gotta know what you're talking about. They're like, unicorn, what are you talking about?
The director's cut, the unicorn dream. When Deckard falls asleep and he sees the unicorn dream. And then at the end of the movie, when his partner shows up and leaves the fucking paper foldy thing, origami fucking unicorn, and Deckard is like, that's why we gotta get the fuck out of here, because clearly they know. And like, it bothered me in the follow-up movie, because like, what do you mean he wasn't a fucking replicant? Fuck you. Like, and even some of the goddamn scripts, like some of like the cuts that aren't popular or whatever, like the narration one, part of the wordage that was cut was my silicon brother when he was referring to fucking what's his name that he watched die. My digital brother. And just like
this is where your argument falls the fuck apart because you're grabbing from fucking everywhere. Theatrical fucking release, not a fucking replicant.
Get fucked.
I know, that's where I'm at with that, man.
Look, I love every version of Blade Runner because every version of Blade Runner will give me a different answer. It'll give you a different answer. Other people will have different answers from watching the same movie.
They're different movies. That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's oh man, I fucking love that movie. Like, even when I was like a kid, like, do Android's dream of, But,
oh yeah,
yes, like, even as a kid, like seeing the flying like car, like the flying police car, like that roped me in because I was like, that's badass. That's not like Back to the Future 2 where everything is clean and everything is great. This is a horrible world.
Get on with the lists.
Yes, sir.
Mikey, what do you got?
I have a list. I made a list.
I did too.
The one I really want to talk about, because I don't think it's going to be on any of your lists, is Equilibrium.
It's a great one.
The movie with Christian Bale and the dystopian future.
Yeah, that one. That one. The Christian Bale version of Fahrenheit 451. The Christian Bale version of V for Vendetta. Like, yes, that movie.
Gun Kata. I love the shit out of that.
So good, dude. So good.
It was shot well.
Oh man, that movie freaking rocks.
And to me, Ultraviolet was kind of like the spiritual successor. It's like they were trying to do like an updated version of Equilibrium to me in that movie.
Okay.
The problem with that is there was no Christian Bale playing a fucking complete sociopath, and it was great.
He does that well.
Yeah, like no Christian Bale.
Both movies are good. I like Equilibrium better.
And plus, Sean Bean dies in it, so it's got to be a good movie.
That seals the deal right there.
He doesn't die. Trash movie.
Terrible.
Right, exactly. The Martian, horrible film.
Terrible.
Simply because Sean Bean doesn't die.
Yeah, Claire.
You have to kill Sean Bean, and that's what makes it good.
These are so good. But yeah, I mean, the production on this, I mean, the wardrobe and Equilibrium. What drew you in, Mikey, to it?
Probably at the age I saw it, probably the gun fu. I mean, that was pretty badass, man.
Frankie brings up a valid point that we'll address later.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's Terminator. I mean, we're going to talk about Terminator.
We're starting it right now.
Yeah, it was literally the first one I wrote down.
That's fair.
Was Terminator?
Yeah, it was Terminator.
Shit, let's talk about Terminator.
Let's talk about Terminator.
You want to talk about a time travel? It's we might get a copyright
Batman version.
It's so good. It's
so good, man. So good.
I enjoyed Terminator 1 for different reasons. Not that it's a science fiction movie, but I think it was like 8 or 9. And it's right before Kyle and Sarah are about to do the nasty in their hotel room. My dad pauses the movie and looks at me and says, "Hey, you've seen tits before, right?" Great. And then he watched the rest. He pressed play. That saw tits. Yeah. Also, the action sequence and just the makeup alone on Arnold, the prosthetics and everything else, just great.
The whole thing.
Is that Sam Winston
is great.
Did that? Jeff Butler will know that.
Freaking fantastic.
The story is awesome. Schwarzenegger as a bad guy, right, was awesome. He
Bill
sold
Paxton
that.
dies.
Bill Paxton dies as he must.
Yeah. You gotta kill him or Sean Bean. You want your movie to be good, you gotta kill one of them.
It's got to happen.
You have to,
especially in that time period.
Definitely.
But let's talk about also. This will kind of segue into some of our other conversations we've had. Strong female characters. So Linda Hamilton, right? Sarah Connor stars off just this bimbo. I mean, straight up, right? I mean, she's a civilian.
She's not a prepper at this point.
She's not a fucking soldier, man, at all. But in the process of this, you see this evolution of her character that doesn't stop with that one. Then it continues into the woman she has to become in Terminator 2 and so on. Oh, Terminator 2 was the first movie.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
But all the elements in it, man, were just so fucking cool. Doing the flashbacks to the future.
Holy shit, I just realized something. It has nothing. No, it has everything to do with the Terminator. Okay. Lance Henriksen and Bill Paxton are the only two dudes that have ever been killed by all three.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just realized that. And
that just happened. I saw it live.
Oh, yeah, he was in Terminator 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I'm good. I'm sorry.
All right.
Continue, Jason.
Oh, I mean, we're all talking. All right. That's it. Oh, there's Mr. Butler there. Dan Winston. He did so many cool effects in that. The thing where he's digging his eye out, right? You see the cybernetics, right? And then he puts the glasses on, but then you have that last fixing his hair before he goes because he wants to pass as human. It made fucking sense.
You gotta put your gargoyles on and make sure your hair's fixed.
Fucking gargoyles, dude. Holy shit.
So that Dre, the Geek Dad, asks that question for you, Jay.
Well, when I say that, what I'm saying is it's it was an homage. It's almost like they used it as a template. Hey, Equilibrium's cool. Let's change up the story. Let's do something else. Mm-hmm. But I just got Equilibrium vibes in Ultraviolet. probably from the wardrobe, but the fight scenes themselves just kind of lit me into that.
It reminded me of Eon Flux.
Yeah, Eon
Like that old
Flux.
cartoon Eon Flux, not the fucking horrible movie.
Still have never seen the movie.
Don't.
I couldn't watch the cartoon. The animation bugs the shit out of me.
That's fair.
Can't do it.
He doesn't. And Ronin is a shit movie.
Yeah. What? Ronin's a shit movie? Chat again.
I enjoyed the car chase scene in Ronin.
God, man.
I know. Of course,
Quarrel.
I was also really young when I saw it the last time, so I think I need to watch it again. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many of the sci-fi. It's like all the B movie stuff that I watched. I mean, if it was 50 sci-fi, man, then I was watching. Even like, Plan B from whatever the hell from outer space. I can't remember what the hell that was called.
I only watched those when Dad and I watched the Mystery Science Theater 3000. That's how I saw a great deal of those.
Well, I mean, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers is a great science fiction horror movie. I'd call that the first sci-fi horror movie, personally, but
I have to look at timelines, but yeah, I mean, there's so many of those where all that the gigantic fucking ants, right?
Yeah.
The Blob.
The Blob.
Both
versions. The 80s version is good. Shut up, I don't care. But
yeah. And The Thing. So
the Thing.
Is that science fiction? It's
Definitely.
horror, sure.
Well, it's post-apocalyptic. Sort of. I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to call that science fiction.
Okay.
Just because I'm going to be willy-nilly about it.
It's fine. It's science fiction. It's the discovery of an extraterrestrial creature.
Yeah.
That's science.
Like The Fly. That's a science fiction movie. They got big fucking teleporters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, The Fly's definitely that's science fiction.
But no, The Thing was, man. I remember.
Ooh, there's Minjo's. See, that's why I didn't want to list tonight. Not because I'm lazy and I'm creatively bankrupt, but Damnation Alley. Holy shit, that was such a good movie. Now I'm not going to rewatch this because I don't want to ruin my memory of Damnation Alley. But the vehicle in it,
one of those.
Yeah,
it might be one of those.
I only saw this once, and the only parts that I remember of it, I'm finding the poster for it. The only parts that I remember of it was when they went to Vegas, and like one of the guys just like started playing all the slots, and since the magnetics of Earth were all messed up, like it was just jackpots all around. So yeah.
John Vincent or something like that, guy from Airwolf.
I don't know.
I want to say he was in Damnation Alley. I might be wrong on that.
Yeah.
Yep, I love Damnation Alley. I can't remember. They used that vehicle in another show too. I can't remember what show it was. Space 1999. That was another one for me. It's not a good show, but I still watched it.
Yeah.
I never watched it. I remember
Jan Michael Vincent. There we go. Thanks, guys.
Fucking
Somebody
teamwork.
just answer that as I'm Googling.
Hey, HGC. Not in this show, pal. Okay.
That's a different guy.
Different fucking show, HGC.
Anyway, yeah. Damnation Alley, good stuff.
Oh, Kirby. Go ahead.
No, you do yours.
I was saying Kirby had reached out to me on some of his list. We were talking back and forth on IG, like Trancers.
Yeah.
Remember Trancers? Man, that's a show that no one ever fucking talks about.
No. There's a hilarious review channel, Hack the Movies, and they talk about the Trancers trilogy. And like how horrible / good it is.
It's horrible and good. It really is.
I mean, it's no gem like Velociraptor though, or what was it? Velocipriest or something like that. It's about a Velociraptor that's a priest. I don't fucking know.
Well, I'm in.
Yeah, there you go.
Sounds good.
If I don't get a list, go into Pornhub.
Jack Death. Trancers. Fuck yes. like the
Velocipaster, there it is.
Well,
Fucking
it's pretty
Vicky knows
close.
what I'm talking about.
Velocipaster.
Velocipaster.
So my next on my list, because I'm just going to be that guy right now,
Sure.
is The Fifth Element, and that was kind of an homage to like.
Oh my god! I totally nailed your 1 and 2. I knew the first 2 you were gonna have.
Yeah,
Nailed it.
Read you like a book.
I mean, just had everything you could ever want in it. Awesome car chase, crazy plot, guns, comedy.
Bruce Willis.
That girl's titties.
Gary Oldman.
You gotta have Gary Oldman in there.
Gary Oldman, yep. God damn, I love that fucking movie.
And speaking of Ultraviolet, hello, Mila Jovovich.
Yeah, but so I remember walking out of that theater and my dad hating this movie.
Oh, really?
And I was like, Dad, why do you hate it? Like he was fucking like shouting, making a scene, angry. And I was like, Dad, what the hell's going on? He's like, that fucking movie, we spent all that money and da-da. I was like, Dad, that was like an homage to like every great science fiction film. Like that's kind of what it was, and that to me anyway.
Yeah. I get, Dre, we talked about that too. I like that ongoing discussion in chat because Hunger Games, I'd say that's science fiction. There's definitely sci-fi elements in it. So it's that whole line of what you consider.
Like anything in the far off future to me is considered a science fiction movie. Like if it has magic in it, great, but it's definitely a science fiction movie.
But yeah, Fifth Element, man, has so many good things. I mean, it's just been a staple. I think people quote that movie and they have no idea what movie they're quoting anymore.
It's a lovely hat. You like it?
Everything's so super green.
Super green. What kind of green? Emerald.
Colby, my man. I don't have any fire. I quit smoking. If I knew.
7 days. Ayo Frankie does 7 days. I think.
It was an interesting movie. Like, I don't hate that I went to watch that in theaters, but I never needed to watch it again.
Gary Sinise was in that. He was the bad guy in that, right? Yeah. All right.
Sure.
So, Mikey, what about you? What you got for us? 6th day. That's what it is. Shit.
Because on the
Firefly.
Ooh, Firefly.
Firefly was about to come up for me too, but yeah. Luckily,
Firefly.
I have a picture.
Lunchbox.
Well, isn't that technically a sci-fi western movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Themes don't make genres.
I know.
Yes.
Definitely, this is definitely science fiction. Sure, it's a western. There's a setting behind it.
Mm-hmm. It's Space Outlaws. You can't go wrong with Space Outlaws like ever.
You can't.
I fucking love the shit out of Serenity too.
I saw Serenity.
Leaf on a Wind.
Yeah.
It's good, dude. It's good. Everything about it. I love this shit.
Jeff shaking his head. Embrace it. Go ahead.
Oh, I love this fucking movie, dude. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I have so many good memories, like watching it, and just that was like the year that I was doing Comic Cons, and like I was Gophers, and like I was Nathan Fillion's Gopher, and like he was peak fucking Captain Mal at that time, and we talked about that shit, and like found out that he's a fucking serious gamer, like pen and paper games and everything else, and like it was just fucking cool, man.
Again, you want to talk about how to write female characters. This is how you do it.
Man.
Strong female
4 different
characters.
ones. 4 different, unique, badass chicks.
Poor, naive, good girl that's good with machines.
Mm-hmm.
Badass.
River.
Psycho.
River. That's what I said.
Yeah. I was talking about the pilot, Zoe.
Zoe was the second in command, not the pilot. Wash was the pilot.
So Zoe.
I forgot Zoe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Wait,
that
are you
was
correcting
badass.
me?
I
I know. Yeah, you said
had-
badass.
No,
I thought that was Zoe.
I definitely forgot about Zoe. I don't know if I forgot about Zoe. She's in one of my favorite episodes of The Shield.
And
Yeah.
Joss Whedon. He's
So
good with that with Buffy, man. Now, I've heard the argument that when he writes them, if you change the characters, then any gender could have played any of his roles because he writes them the same. If that's true, I don't care.
I don't give
I'm
a
okay
shit.
with that. I mean, that's why Ripley worked in the first fucking Alien movie, though. Let's go back to like the original. What? No, we'll talk about that later. But like Ripley works because it was written for either a male or a female, just like this shit.
Well, and Sarah Connor. I'm not
Yeah.
what you're saying. This is not going along with that. But this is another Ripley's journey and Sarah Connor's journey where they started, and then what they became. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We don't have any examples of strong women. Get fucked in film.
Yeah.
Get fucked. Fuck yourself.
There's plenty there, and none of them just start out as inexplicable badasses that have no reason to be the top dogs, but somehow they are because girl boss. Like no, we have to see the hero's journey.
The hero's journey.
Kind of an important part of storytelling. There has to be a hero's journey. We have to have an Odyssey, even if it's compressed. We have to have it. We have to have the Iliad. It has
with
to happen.
with anybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're going to tell me how great this character is, tell me why this character is so great.
Right. Exactly. That's
The
great.
Superman movie coming out. If they don't have the hero's journey for Crypto, I'm out. I'm not going to see this fucking
so
movie.
Many
Fuck
other
that
fucking
movie.
reasons to be out on that. Anyway, so favorite episode of Firefly is the one where Mal kicks the bad guy into the intake of his ship, and is like, "So, what about you? Here's all the information, man. We're good. Don't worry about it." Like that was like the best.
We're never going to stop hunting you. All right.
Yeah. That one's great, but the one where him and Wash get captured and he's just pissed him off to keep him attached, to keep him tethered to reality, when he's telling him how him and Zoe used to have this this love connection, and he's just pissing Wash off just so he doesn't fucking die. That episode is so good.
Yeah.
It's so good because you show all this time you've maybe doubted Mal, and you see Wash's side of it, and you're like, yeah, man, I don't think I could be comfortable with that. And then you find out that every motherfucker on Serenity, Mal has their back, and that's the whole fucking point. The whole reason why Jane is so wishy-washy is because his best interest is not the Serenity crew. It's him.
Yep. 100%. That's
but
what you love.
Everybody else, even Shepard, once he's on there, he would do anything for them. I just wish we would have gotten his history.
Yep.
Because they were building it up so good.
Oh,
good, dude.
Where they go to the inner core and they pull that job and rob that medical stuff, right?
Yep.
And like Mal has that talk with Jane in the fucking cargo hold.
Yeah.
That's the train heist.
No, it's one of the later episodes, but it's where like you sold out.
Oh, when he double crosses him.
Yep.
Yeah, you sold out Tam and River, the doctor and River, and like as they're taking off, the cargo doors are opening.
Yeah,
like, you've got a choice ahead of you.
Yeah.
Or no, it's when he's got him in the airlock, and he's like, we're about to, yeah, we're about to breach Atmo, and you've got a choice to make. You're either part of this crew or you're not. And like that character development, like from there on out, Jane was like part of the crew.
Yeah,
because he finally got it.
He realized Mal finally made him see what he was talking about.
Janestown.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's the brothel. I said space horror, but I mean, the brothel.
Oh, that's a great episode.
But why is it a great episode?
There's boy horrors.
The story, though. What's the story, basically?
The
Seven Samurai.
Yeah, it's Seven Samurai.
It's fucking Seven Samurai, man.
It's you're taking these disadvantaged people and you're defending them in their own home, and they're in it. Like that's the cool part is that these whores aren't like just cowering. Like they're like, this is ours, man. We're fighting for it, and they're loading up all the guns and everything. It's so good.
Or the bounty hunter episode.
Early.
Like early.
That one's so good.
The commentary on that was like, well, I was talking to a buddy, and my buddy was like, think Boba Fett. And that's where that ship design came from. And then just at the end, seeing how fucked early was, well, here I am. Just like, what the fuck you do?
What are you going to do?
In space.
Ooh, Altered Carbon. Was that Frankie you brought up? Altered Carbon?
Altered
Carbon, man.
Yeah. No, that's
I
not
heard
the
that was
mythology.
really good.
Oh, he's asking. Okay, I gotcha.
Ooh, I don't know.
I don't know. That's tough.
Mm.
That's a
Because they've
hard
done
question.
Firefly, right? I just didn't like how they did Firefly.
Yeah, Reaction did Firefly, and there's been some like McFarlane-esque.
Yeah,
like,
McFarlane. Yeah,
7 point. I don't know, think it was McFarlane, but that
pretty
style.
sure it was McFarlane.
But if we could, man, if like fucking Mezco would do Firefly, I'd be shit out of luck. I would be in trouble
I want
okay
a Red Dwarf.
for sure.
But man, yeah, that'd be great. Like, and
I want
even-
Doctor Who in 1/12 is what I want.
What the fuck is Doctor Who?
Well, it's a dead franchise now. But when it was good, it was amazing. Longest running science fiction show ever, unless it's finally murdered. Thanks, Disney.
That's
I can't put that all on them, but they're the one who put the final nail in the coffin.
Isn't the other season coming out soon? That when the Christmas special happened, didn't that happen recently?
I think there was a Christmas special this last weekend. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know if it's been renewed. I gave up.
What was that
Who
movie?
the hell cares? No, I'm just kidding.
Fucking
It was
British
like a-
slimy
There's
fucks.
a lot of people watch it.
It was Space Marines.
Stop being me, you fuck.
What the fuck was it? There's Space Marines and their fighter pilots, and like a pod
Battle
would go
Space above and
space
beyond.
above and beyond.
Space
I
above
would
and beyond.
Like, give us like Jada making that. In my opinion, would be great. Just
That will never sell, but I want that to be true because I love that fucking show. The one where they've got that one ship, and I think Battlestar Galactica redid this later with Scar.
they did
That
they did,
Cylon.
yeah, Scar,
But
yeah.
the one that abandoned all hope on that
Mhm.
alien ship as it was just fucking hunting them down. Fucking so good. I mean, it's the Red Baron storyline, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
So fucking good.
Dobby needs to go outside, and I'm tired of him scratching at my leg, so I'm gonna go take care of that.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yes, sir.
God, that Blade Runner take, right? Oh God, Mikey, every time. Jesus. Sorry, Chad.
Motherfucker, I'm still in the room.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
I've still never seen it. Never seen it. I've never seen Fifth Element. I've never watched.
Man,
either
they're
of them.
all still amazing, dude.
Which is weird to me because you've met my father. That's where I got most of my movies.
You know what, John?
If
That's
he was-
actually
if
a
he was
good
here-
one.
He would say Last Starfighter would be in his.
Last Starfighter's really fucking good. Again, for me, I'm a kid playing
Or,
fucking video games, dude. And you're telling me I got so good
Enemy
at a fucking
Mine?
video game, somebody comes down and goes, "We're recruiting you."
It's pretty rad concept. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah, but
rad.
Battle Beyond the Stars was so fucking good, and that Seven Samurai again. I mean, but John, I think this one would sell just because of how diverse that line would be, man. I mean, you had aliens and humans, and just the costumes. Holy shit!
Well, I mean, we see it with a lot of our community because we see people buy lines just because the figures look cool. So you wouldn't have to be into Beyond the Stars as long as the figures looked rad as hell. You people are gonna want them, and not many people are offering space figures.
No,
You know what I mean? Like
Cosmic
outside
Legions,
of-
but yeah, that's
huh?
that it. Cosmic Legions.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can't
mean,
think of
like,
other ones like jumping to mind.
In 3 or 4 years, Fresh Monkey Fiction will have those space figures. I mean,
Yeah. Also,
they look
Tony,
rad, but my
Thunder
God,
in
is nobody
Paradise?
gonna have that?
science fiction. Really? How high are you?
Well, it's
This right here. This.
Thursday at 10. He's probably pretty baked. Curse
I know.
your son, but inevitable in
I'm with you.
betrayal.
I'm with you, Kev. Flash Gordon, the original movie. So have you seen that one, Mikey?
I remember seeing at least some of it when I was a kid, but I've not revisited it.
Definitely. I mean, that was fucking iconic, man. And when NECA got the figures, I just don't like him. There's
It
just
is. It
something
is.
off.
It is definitely iconic, but I definitely think that Flash Gordon is one of those movies. If you did not grow up with it, you will not enjoy it rewatching it unless it's just for campy goodness.
Yeah, I mean it's high.
It's gonna be like Megaforce. If you didn't grow up thinking Megaforce was G.I. Joe, if you watch it now, you're like, holy fuck, that is an hour and a half I am never getting back.
Dude, I'm so torn on rewatching it because I don't want to ruin my memory of it.
If you liked it, it's probably fine, but rewatching it, like just watching it for the first time in your 30s, my god.
Enemy Mine, yeah.
Enemy Mine. That's
is
definitely one this top 10.
My Uncle Kim, I want to say, took me out to go see that movie. And it was just so fucking good, man. G.I. Joe Space Force is coming. Yeah, again, the Queen
I wish it was.
Is iconic. That's a reason that movie at that time just hit and became such a
I'm definitely
cultural impact, right?
You put Freddie Mercury behind it, it's gonna get you pumped up. See,
yeah, we know, but how stoned? We need a meter. We need a Tony meter.
Yeah.
You know, are you at a 9 or are you at a plat? Like, how stoned
are you? Are you high enough that it sucks, man?
I think NECA did that, Mr. Butler.
What did you say?
I think NECA. Damn it, Mikey. Again, it's a period of its time. Tron for me. Okay, that's another one.
I don't know if you got a chance to really look at the thumbnail I created.
Yeah,
but the city in the back is like a Tron city. The art.
Oh
is
no,
Tron city.
I did not catch.
And then
that.
I did the Matrix behind it, and then there's zombie hordes marching in on the city. Yeah. And then it's just the bugs from Starship Troopers versus Ed 209s, and then I put our bodies on it, and then the characters in front of us. You're missing this battle between the bugs and Ed 209s.
Mikey, Mikey's going.
I really put in a lot on it, and then I covered all of it up. Oh, and then the V for Vendetta, the V on the building, I added that in there.
V for Vendetta, because I mean science fiction. I mean,
absolutely,
yes.
Absolutely.
Dystopian future. I completely agree.
I call anything with the dystopian future, in my opinion, is
because they were dealing with a virus. Everything was in the future. So
anytime you're messing with a timeline or a potential changing of a timeline, that's science fiction. It doesn't matter if it's Sound of Thunder or it's V for Vendetta. It's sci-fi.
Oh, that one time travel, Jeff, was it H.G. Wells, the Somewhere in Time with Jack the Ripper?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
But I gotta bring this up because if I don't, I'm gonna kick myself in the ass.
I'm gonna kick my own ass.
Probably one of the best, if not the best, written science fiction shows of our last 30 years. From start to finish, the show doesn't disappoint. Ever. The CGI is, mid-90s or whatever, but fuck.
Also, what you meant Tron earlier before you walked in was Tron does not hold up at all.
No, it does not.
Real bad. I love it. But yeah, this one, that's about Space Above Beyond, about the same time period. So, I mean, those special effects are still good.
I think I'm really pissing off your dad, Mikey.
Mine? Oh. It's engagement, Jeff.
And yeah, Tony, that was like the number one.
Yeah.
Up there was Equilibrium.
Yeah. Frank, I like Battlestar Galactica as well. Both the old and
Forget about the Matrix. This movie will blow you away. It says it right here. It says it right here.
Time After Time. Okay, that one was the one that had Jack the Ripper. That was so fucking good.
In a future where freedom is outlawed, Outlaws will become heroes.
Oh yeah, in the future.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's fair, John.
Yeah. I like both Battlestar Galacticas.
So
they're like two different shows.
Even like the convoluted like ending of the newest Battlestar Galactica, where
They
like
fucked that up so bad.
I ignore that part, and I'm just like,
Yes.
cool, she got Earth because of this random thing that happened once. Okay, not a big deal. Fine with that. Holy fuck, this is a lot of combat. Where the fuck was this the rest of the show? Like, whenever they did, like, this big, epic fucking fight scene, like, it was spot on. Like, when they jumped into New Caprica,
Yeah.
and, like, you know, and Odama's, like, brace for impact, and, like, you know, you just see the Battlestar just dropping into, like, fucking atmosphere and, like, launching Vipers, and, like, every fucking major space fight was just, like, it reminded me of Wing Commander and, like, every other, like, X-Wing Rogue Squadron book I ever read, and just, like, this is what space combat is like, and I love it. So,
is that the show with the Katie Sackhoff in it?
That is the show with the Katie Sackhoff.
I've never seen it, but I like it.
I enjoyed the shit out of it until the end, and it's like they lost their fucking minds, and everyone's a Cylon. And whatever, man. But up until that point, highly recommend. I'd rewatch it right up until that last fucking season.
Well,
but
you know
yeah,
what
the original Battlestar. Go ahead, Jeff.
You know what the bitch of it was? Is that season before that season ender, when the final 5 were shown, right? That was before the writer's strike. And then everything after that was the writer's strike. And, like, the producers and, like, everybody else in the show were like, we have to finish it. And, like, there is a couple of gems in there, like when Oscar tried to take over the Galactica. Like, when he committed fucking mutiny.
Yeah.
And, you know, was executed for it.
Yeah.
And, like, when Chief found out that the other Cylon gal killed his fucking wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he
real good.
Took care of that shit.
Also, imagining Tony just sitting there, just kind of laid back.
Oh, he's high as shit right now.
Hey, what about
for sure? And I love it.
We have to bring this up too.
Definitely sci-fi element.
Quantum
Leap, science fiction.
The saddest ending television show ever.
Brutal.
Only because of one fucking sentence. No 2-hour send-off. No nothing. Just a black screen with white lettering. Sam Beckett never made it home.
Yeah, brutal.
But also, that's a hero's sacrifice too.
Yep.
Because we found out in that episode, he controls the leaps. He controls where he goes and how he goes. And it was just like one of those things like, holy fuck, that is a hero, you know?
Yes.
Yes. Every 33 minutes.
And again, for me, man, I go back to the first Battlestar, you know, the late 70s, right, is when it started.
Yeah,
I love the shit out of that, man. I love that entire series.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what the abbreviation is. POTA.
Point out that ass.
Quantum
Auto
Leap,
Man.
Probably not.
Do you guys remember the JFK episode of Quantum Leap?
No, I never saw any Quantum Leap.
I barely remember Quantum Leap, man.
So it was right at the height of like the Oswald like conspiracy theories and like everything else, all the conclusive evidence that they had.
That was the one with Scott Bakula?
That was the one with Scott Bakula.
Okay.
And he leaped into Oswald. He leaped into like people surrounding Oswald's life, and like it was one of those episodes where the Oswald like personality was taking over more and like pushing Sam out of the way. And like so, you know, he's in the book's depository and he takes the shot, and at the end of the episode, the way that they did this was beautiful. They're like, well, originally Jackie died too. We're not supposed to tell you that, Sam, but originally he got both of them, but you saved her. And it was just a touching scene, like just
what a great scene.
It was for naught, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, these are these things also, you know, became iconic. I mean, you just see the Quantum Leap memes all the time. You know, again, I think we're getting this lost where it's like people don't understand like the origins for it. I think Jeff Butler and I talk about it a lot. We're like, there's so much of this stuff that's getting lost to time.
But that's pop culture in a nutshell. I mean,
sure,
generations of it are washed away. Nobody gets the references.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember Earth 2 with Clancy Brown?
With Clancy Brown.
Man.
I don't know.
So, show? Movie?
It's a Mandela effect thing?
It was a TV
Mandela
show.
Effect.
No. So when the premise was that we fucked Earth, and like there was only 2 million survivors. They got into spaceships and they found a new planet that was basically Earth-like. And yeah, it was on Fox, and they populated the planet. Like the story was like going really slowly and like not really that great, but Sci-fi 13-year-old Jeff was like, "This is great. I love science fiction." So
94 to 95.
yeah, or Sequest. Fuck.
Sequest.
Star Trek Underwater.
You know, we talked about the Matrix. I mean,
yep,
holy
Matrix
shit!
That's
You want to
next
talk
on my
about
list.
something that's fucking iconic? Well, talk about it.
No, go
That
for
was-
it, Mikey.
That was on
Yeah.
my list. Well, I remember when it came out. I remember I went into the city to spend the night with my aunt and uncle, and we would always go to the movies. You know, go to the Blockbuster or movie gallery or whatever. They were the first people I knew that had DVD player.
Ooh.
And we got The Matrix, and I don't remember the other movie. Nope, I don't remember. One weekend we did Deep Blue Sea and 13th Warrior. I remember that duo.
13th
That's a good
Warrior.
Yeah. Gaines. We'll watch 13th Warrior, motherfucker.
Gaines, you know.
Son of a
Listen to
bitch.
this bullshit all oiled
Watch
up
it.
in your bed. He probably has watched. It's probably a big troll.
And it's on
Probably.
Amazon for $5 right now digitally.
Totally worth it. I bought it on
It's a
Amazon.
Wonderful Life.
That's great, though.
It is such a good movie.
That's
So
great.
he'll watch it. It's just going to be another, 50 or 60 years. So watch the
Yeah.
13th Warrior.
Yeah. So we watched The Matrix, right? And then they went to bed and they told me about the feature on that DVD where when the white rabbit popped up on screen, you could click enter and it would show you the behind the scenes on how they filmed it. So
Yeah.
the movie was going through and it, like the first one is that scene where she jumps up and does like the mantis kick,
Yep.
It's like white rabbit pops up and I'm like, oh, hit it. And it's
Yeah.
showing like how they like lifted her up and how they did like the camera spin. And so that movie really did definitely shape the way I perceived sci-fi and fighting movies even. I mean, the way they did the kung fu scenes, all that shit blew my
John-
freaking mind.
Was it Wu?
How many of us were saying "I know kung fu" like from that point on as like a catchphrase or whatever? I know kung fu.
I know kung fu.
Right.
Yeah.
And like that would to me that like to my buddies were like calling Ghost in the Shell the live action version. I didn't get that vibe, but I got like this is fucking cool though. And then
Yeah.
when they
I mean, we
told-
still like a day-to-day thing is like referring to something as red pill.
yeah.
Like that's just a part of culture. And I don't know how many Gen Zers know what the fuck where that came from or anything.
Right.
Like you have two choices.
Also, jerk.
What's up, jerk?
That was a good one. That was a good impression.
That's because my throat's all
Hmm.
sore and I'm raspy.
Legend brought up
I am
Farscape. Do you guys remember Farscape?
Sure.
I
Jim Henson?
remember it. Never watched it.
Oh man, I have the entire series and like the 2 made-for-TV movies on DVD in my living room right now. The
Wow.
Peacekeeper Wars, and just how that story unfolded. Because like John eventually figured out how to make wormholes, and then he was like, "And this is how you can fuck a planet." And he popped a wormhole on a planet and destroyed it. And he's like, "I don't want anyone to have this power. I don't want anyone to know how to do this." And like, the warring factions were like, "Hey, you know what? Okay, good point."
I like the show, but yeah, like my brother loves the shit out of fucking Farscape. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I've never gone back to try to rewatch it.
The first season is probably still the best season.
I know there's a rabid fan base for Farscape. I know that.
What
Jason
about
Momoa-
Stargate?
Did
you guys
Jason
watch
Momoa in
Stargate?
Stargate Atlantis.
I never did.
I never watched Stargate.
I remember
I did
Dad
enjoy
watching
it.
but I've not watched it.
I could not get into it. Now, what was the Stargate universe where they had the ship? And I think it went 2 seasons, I think. I loved, both me and the wife loved the shit out of Stargate universe.
I liked the movie.
It's a great movie, yeah. I enjoyed
That's
Stargate
the
movie.
that's the one where
Russell.
Kurt Russell's in it, right?
Yeah.
That's that one.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the
solid.
dude that played the Vision.
But Stargate's iconic, right? Because then you get, the gates.
Yeah.
You get the chevrons. Obviously a cultural impact from Stargate.
Andromeda was a good series too with Kevin Sorbo. Didn't get enough credit.
Andromeda it was one of those. It was another kind of sleeper one where it started off. I'm like, it's Hercules, the legendary journeys in space. But then it started hitting its stride later on. I'm like, oh, this is really good. And then one of the aliens that had like the power of luck or something. They changed her in the season to like they brought an alternate version of her. They switched places because she knew that her other half or her other counterpart was gonna be better for some reason. I don't know. She was just smoking hot.
That's
fair. She had a devil tail.
TK Storm, yes, Farscape is the one with the Muppets.
Yep, Jim Henson. Yep.
That was his last. I think that was the last thing they did.
It has Muppets in it.
Oh yeah, Jim Henson did all the puppetry for that.
Yeah.
Trans Gemini, yes.
I don't know what that is.
That's the alien chick from Andromeda.
Oh, okay.
Well, at least it is in my head now.
I remember the second episode of the first season of Farscape. They land on a planet. It's Dargo, Claudia Black's character, and Crichton. And, they find these aliens that have these enhancers that when you put it on, they get all crazy strong and everything else. But they also found... No, maybe I'm getting my episodes mixed up. It was the episode where they found the kid or the mom that, worked, the radio that, detected extraterrestrial signals and stuff.
Smash the like button, subscribe, share, blah blah blah.
Yeah, sure, if you want.
do the things, make the things happen. Thanks, Abby. And we're talking about iconic. I mean, to me, I think this is another one that gets overlooked a lot. So I can't say this is it had a huge cultural impact, but yeah, Soldier is a fantastic fucking movie.
Yeah, that was a fun movie. Plus, there's the car from Blade Runner and the junk heap and the USS Enterprise and just the writers had a lot of fun with that.
Well,
I've never watched
in Blade Runner, right?
I'm a big Kurt Russell guy.
Yeah, I mean, Escape from New York.
Hang on.
There you go.
Come on.
I love it.
Look at that.
I love that shirt.
Oh yeah.
By the way, before Tony gets super stoned and goes, "Is Big Trouble in Little China a science fiction movie?" No, it's not.
That's
Nope.
It's not.
Nope. That's magic.
That's modern D20 is what that is.
Yeah, Soldier is definitely great. But I mean, again, talking about the Matrix, we probably could dedicate an entire episode to the fucking Matrix, man.
As long as it's only talking about the one movie, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I would talk about I'd say 2. I'm okay with talking about 2.
Don't want to talk about 2.
What about Escape from New York? Have we talked about Escape from New York yet?
No.
We have not.
Why haven't we done that?
We were building up to it.
Science fiction, that's rough, man. I mean, do we think that's a sci-fi movie?
It's a science fiction movie that takes place in a futuristic dystopia in an alternate universe because 1984 came and gone, fellas.
Yeah, I get it. It's just one of those things. I don't think that's sci-fi.
I mean,
it makes sense, but I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, I never consider that sci-fi.
I want to call it post-apocalyptic, and that is another version of science fiction.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll call that. Yeah, but I mean,
No, I
just
agree with you. Which in my head, I'm like, I never consider it sci-fi.
yeah.
The fucking Tony. What about Tango and Cash? Ice Pirates. Oh yeah, someone's saying Ice Pirates.
Fuck Ice Pirates. Event Horizon.
What about Waterworld, dude?
Event Horizon is such an amazing fucking movie. Definitely horror, right? But it's definitely fucking science fiction. Iconic science fiction. Sorry, 2001: A Fucking Space Odyssey. Man, I mean, Mikey, I'm assuming you haven't seen 2001: A Space Odyssey.
That is correct. Not a big Kubrick fan.
John, you had one fucking job.
How? I mean, how many people quote that all the fucking time? What are you doing, Dave?
My God, it's made of stars.
Daisy. Also, a big fucking monolith. I wonder where I got that idea from. 2001: A Space Odyssey, man. I mean, and in my head, this little black monolith just shrunken down. That was the whole. What do I say?
I mean, that thing has more computing power than the ship in the movie did.
That's to me, that was monolith, that big black monolith that, the cavemen are throwing bones and shit in the air. I just loved the mystery behind that in 2001: A Space Odyssey. It's so fucking iconic, man.
It reminded, so there's a scene in Prometheus that reminds me of the monolith, and that's at the start. Yeah, that one's good. And that's at the start of Prometheus when the engineer is standing above the water, and he's throwing his DNA into the water to, seed the planet. And like that reminds me of the monolith, which was making humans evolve to the next level.
Oh yeah, there was definitely that.
So yeah. And
Prometheus is such a shit movie. Fucking hate Prometheus, my God.
It had its moments, but then like the moments that were bad kind of outshine it. I hate that it does that.
Idris Elba with a southern fucking accent is a travesty, a crime against humanity.
I tried to watch that movie one time.
Ooh.
Oh,
I didn't make it very far, and then I started rubbing a girl's feet, and then I couldn't tell you what the fuck happened in that movie.
I mean, that's where the catchphrase, the Prometheus School of Running comes from, because like whenever something tall was falling, people would just keep running in a straight line and be like,
every fucking disaster movie goddamn ever. Jesus, people.
Skull Island made fun of that, actually. Remember, there was that one dude who was like, he's falling, guys, he's falling straight on us, we gotta move to the left. And like, they're like, no. And those guys got killed, and the guy to the left was like, I told you.
Well, what's next on your guys' list?
Aliens. Would you say, Jeff? You say Ghostbusters?
You did.
Fuck yeah. Talk about it.
Go, Jeff.
So, it's supernatural. It kind of counts, but I mean,
it's the science behind what's going on. I mean,
right?
There's definitely science fiction.
No, that's 100% science fiction, brother.
I mean, just the idea of like that being a possibility, it infuses me like that would be a thing that needs to happen enough so that a business is formed around it. And then just the comedy, like the subtle comedy of that whole movie, like there's no exposition. You figure it out as the movie goes. And like as a kid, Bill Murray is your favorite character in that movie, Peter Venkman. As an adult, it became Harold Ramis, and then as I got older, it became Ray Stantz. For me, anyway.
Nope.
Harold Ramis, because the background that he does in the background of like what's happening on the forefront, and just like the jokes that Harold is doing behind everybody, and like the subtle jokes that are there is just perfect, and the plot's fun, and this Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and we get this guy, he's a sailor, he's in New York, we get this guy laid, and we're all set. You know, one of the best lines ever.
Dan Aykroyd getting a blowy from a ghost.
Hell yeah, blowjob ghost girl.
Yeah, you said Laser Blast. I do not remember Laser
I don't remember
Blast
that
at
either.
all.
I don't know what that is.
I know we're doing this also. We're really focusing on movies, right? TV,
Yeah.
Twilight Zone. We talked about that.
Oh, I have a list.
Andromeda, Firefly, but books. I mean, most of these are adapted from books, right? Like George Orwell, 1984, huge, especially now, cultural impact as what Stranger in a Strange Land, 1984, and Fahrenheit 451 are all kind of converging that we're seeing now.
But I mean, we're not talking about RoboCop. We're not talking about Predator or anything else. I'm like, those movies count. Like,
Yeah.
you know, RoboCop was the euphemism for Jesus in some people's eyes, and I can see how that happens. Dies, gets resurrected, and at the end walks on fucking water.
I never thought
Yep.
that, but all right.
You're welcome.
Jeez.
They live. I fucking conic sci-fi.
Best
A cultural
fight
impact.
ever.
Yep. I am here to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And I'm all out of gum.
Leviathan was a good movie. That was about this. That came out before Abyss.
Because that's where I think they're the same movie. I know they're not.
They're definitely not. So the director's cut of The Abyss is much better than the theatrical cut of The Abyss, because in the director's cut, the aliens in The Abyss are like, "Fuck you, we're gonna flood your cities and fucking destroy your fucking lives. Tell us why we shouldn't." Damn it!
Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai.
Oh, John Lithgow.
John Lithgow and
John
Jeff
Big
Goldblum.
Booty. Jeff Goldblum. Hell yeah. And then RoboCop. Peter Weller.
Yep, Peter Weller. Yep.
Looker's a good one. I'd say it's a sci-fi movie. It's the only
I never
sci-fi
saw
tag.
Looker.
It's
Mike,
real.
what's-
I don't know if it would hold up or not.
Mikey, what's the last on your list, or how much of the list do we have for you?
Well, I said aliens, so I put an extra 2 on my list.
Go ahead.
I put Running Man on my list.
We should talk about aliens first, though.
Yeah, we definitely should talk about aliens because it's one of the first sci-fi horror movies. It definitely.
Let's go with that
definitely
first.
needs
Go
to
with
be
aliens.
talked about.
The first one or the second one? Because the second
No,
one is definitely more shoot 'em up.
Yeah, Alien is sci-fi horror. Alien. Aliens is my favorite.
Yeah, but I'm
Oh, yeah,
talking about
by far.
Yeah,
But that franchise we should talk about because it's
the James Cameron like technological boner that he has in all of his movies. Yeah, Brave New World is a great book. I loved that in Aliens, like how, especially again, I'm sorry, I don't like the theatrical cuts of most movies. I like the director's cut, and like the Aliens director's cut. If you haven't watched it, you need to do yourself that favor, because there's more wide shots of the miniatures and everything else, and just fuck, it's so good.
I'm glad you at least said it this time because most time you'll go on a rant and like only I fucking know. I'm like, dude, you're talking about something people don't even know fucking exists out there.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna be quiet.
No, do what you just did. Go,
Yeah.
hey, check this out. Oh, Scott Hughes did that to me with The Punisher, by the way.
Yeah, there's like 3 different cuts for that.
Thomas Jane, I didn't know there was this extended director's cut. He's like, by this specific one, it changes the entire movie, and it's the definitive cut you should watch if you like Thomas Jane. So I was like, okay, Scott, because like there was a whole page of text. I'm like, okay, I'll do it.
He's not
What
wrong.
about the Thomas Jane fan film he did with Ron Perlman? Did you ever watch
Laundry
that?
Day.
Laundry
I
Day.
loved that. That was so cool.
Quit drinking. Buys that bottle of Jack just to fuck a dude up with. It was great. So Aliens, Mikey, why is Aliens why for you, sir?
Aliens, as a kid, that is like the quintessential sci-fi movie for me. That's a future military force. It's space. It's aliens. It's everything that captivates a young man's mind, save for like big tits.
It's fair.
It's like the one thing you don't get because Vasquez really isn't working with that kind of machinery. Instead, she has the giant gun. Also cool. But that movie's it's so good. It's so fun to watch. It holds up remarkably well. Doesn't matter when you see it in your life, it stands out. It's definitely one that shapes you.
Yeah.
And it's somewhat true to the Alien, like it's somewhat true to the original. Like it's not as suspenseful, but it's still like terrifying.
Right. Like that's one of my favorite parts about Aliens is that it is terrifying. Like even with all that armament and like all those badasses, when you see them all wiped out when they're underneath the reactor, it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, and then just the diversity of characters. You know, just like or when I was a kid, like watching them do the 5-finger bishop do the 5-finger fillet, and just
Mumbledy Peg.
So good.
Well, not just that. Too. Oh yeah, we could have a whole episode on this because there's so many quotable lines. Oh, and then Paxton has a hero's journey in that, right? Game over, man. Game over to fuck it. Fuck you. Get some. Fuck you. You want some too? Yeah.
Like firing while dying, going out like a hero.
Like a fucking hero. When they disarm them, right? They're like, all right, we're going to nuclear blast, reactors. Everyone's getting disarmed. What are we supposed to use? Sarge, harsh language?
No shit, right? Gorman, you slime ball.
And then Vasquez, she didn't have a hero's journey. You knew she was a badass just how she was shot.
Mm-hmm.
God, such good fucking writing. They disarm him, and she's like, okay, here you go, buddy. They're like, we're going to be okay.
Here's the power pack that powers your gun that I brought an extra of.
Mumbledy Peg.
Or just
I say Mumbledy, might be Mumbly.
Maybe.
Got Mumbledy Peg in my head.
And just the fact that Hudson has the shotgun. No, Hicks has the shotgun.
Hicks has a shotgun.
Just like the 12 gauge, and it's like, what's that for? Close encounters. He's encountered some shit before. Well,
not just that, but then iconic is Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
For me, I mean, again, that's another blast from the fucking past, man. We haven't talked about E.T. We haven't talked about those kind of movies, right? But E.T. is a horror show. He looks like a large sex toy, like some weird melted sex toy.
Yeah, but who can say E.T. shaped them?
Mac and me shaped me.
It was weird, but
well done. Well done.
Basically, Robot Jocks. Robot Jocks to me wasn't like a definitive, like a cultural moment, like, Close Encounters, Aliens that we're talking about now, where when he said Close Encounters, I knew what he was referencing was that fucking movie.
Yeah.
But to anybody else, I mean, they don't get it. It's a good line.
I'm going to show you guys something here.
Oh, here we go. He's going to go into layers, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for making me Deckard, by the way.
You're welcome.
Look at this. My God. Look, can you make that bigger? Can you go?
Fucking a lot at 209s.
Jesus.
Well, the scale of it is just so ridiculous. But these are the zombie horde moving in on the city.
Tron.
Oh, it's a Tron building. Got the V for Vendetta, Matrix, and 209s, and Starship Trooper bugs.
Starship Troopers was another movie too.
That's the last thing on my list is Starship Troopers.
We're doing our part. Smashing a bunch of fucking bugs.
Creeper over here.
But I'm going to say this is like Tony's dioramas. Excuse me. You put all that work, you covered it up, right? But it's like a diorama. We're sitting over a photo shot, right? there's so much shit you don't see, but then somehow it helps shape the scene, even if it's not in the scene. Tony said that, and I think he's 100% correct on that.
Yeah, it's very true. There's always going to be things that, as the artist, you will see that others will not. Like when we talked about Battlestar Galactica the other day, like when they would include like the USS Enterprise or like the Eagle 5 in the wide shots of the fleet. That was some artist going, yeah, it's cool.
But it was cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely.
No,
put the TARDIS in that motherfucker.
Starship Troopers is probably one of the best science fiction movies ever. Just because of the cultural impact of like, this is what a fascist like fucking life will look like.
Well, this is what I'll say. Idiocracy, I think, per our definition, could be science fiction.
It's an alternate timeline,
right? But what I will say, it is the best horror movie of our fucking time because we're in it.
Yeah, I can't think of very many other movies that became documentaries. Like, it's shocking to see the actual progression towards that world.
There's so many things in Starship Troopers that it's a big bug hunt, right? But the patriotism, right? That kind of, is it fascism? I don't know. But like what service guarantees citizenship?
Dude, that's a fascist.
Was that the line?
That's a fascist society, yeah. Otherwise, you don't mean anything.
Well, it's like, no, there are other paths to it. But that one, service guaranteed it. And I thought, that's really fucking cool. I love that whole propaganda right to the next fucking level. I'm doing my part.
Yeah.
Just taking that, like that, World War II propaganda and then catapulting that into this scenario. Michael Ironsides.
Viper.
So fucking good. Hell, we even talked about the show.
I think that'll be another time.
I know, that's what I'm saying. There's so many things that
we're gonna do a part 2. So, I think we'll cover TV shows more rather than movies. But I remember Starship Troopers coming out and like laughing at parts in that movie, or like nobody else did, and I was like, "Fuck, am I stupid? Like, what's going on?" Like when Doogie Howser is like, "You see this small part on the bug? Aim there, fellas," and it's like, what the fuck, man? This guy's never been to a battlefield. Like, how the fuck are they going to do that? And I laughed at that because it was like the false promise of hope.
I think Starship Troopers was the first time I saw tits in the movie theater.
Good tits to
Pretty
see.
sure that was good.
Pretty
good
sure
to see. Logan's Run, again, iconic. Westworld. So
either way.
I'd say Westworld.
HBO series.
It was so good when it was good. That first season they nailed it. The second season was good. And
yeah.
But I mean,
real strong.
I mean, you take Starship Troopers and you look at the games that have come out of that, like Helldivers 2. Like, holy shit. That should have been Starship Troopers, the game. Like, super democracy.
Let's spread some democracy. Oh, so good.
Yeah. It's a good time. Paul Verhoeven is fucking insane, and I love him. RoboCop 2. Well, not RoboCop 2 so much, but RoboCop.
What about 3?
We don't talk about 3. We talk about 3 because there's an awesome jetpack scene.
There is an awesome jetpack. But Peter Weller wasn't in the third one, right?
No, he wasn't.
I just found out this week that there was a third one. I was unaware.
Yeah, there's a TV series.
There's like 4 TV movies.
Yikes.
Dark Justice, where there's another RoboCop.
Like how Jeff Butler brings up Total Recall, right? And then HGC, man of wealth and culture.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong.
I mean, there was a time where I pitched the idea of the for sure, Bob.
Oh, 100%.
I pitched the idea where our thumbnail was going to be the girl from Total Recall, and each one of us was going to be one of the tits.
He did.
I pitched that.
I know what it'll be when we talk about science fiction again.
It probably will be that.
Yeah.
It probably will be that.
Probably so.
And yes, I watched that whole thing of RoboCop doing that, taking down the Horseman. That shit was so crazy, man. MTV Music Awards, you know.
Both Tom Cruises.
Holy
Remember
shit.
that?
Oh, so again, iconic. I know it's not really iconic. That's where we kind of were focusing on the iconic stuff. But Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise is a fucking fantastic fucking movie
That nobody saw.
Holy shit. I think I've watched that probably 7 or 8 fucking times.
I own it on Blu-ray and DVD.
I went back in time and actually made one on Laserdisc because, you know.
There you go.
Oh.
That and
I
Oblivion also is another Tom Cruise movie that's really fucking good too. See?
So I have a really bad habit of like guessing the plot within the first 10 minutes of a movie. And I was sitting next to my dad when we were watching Oblivion, and I was like, he's a clone.
Sure. I do
My
that all
dad
the time. It doesn't ruin the movie for me.
It ruined the movie for him, though. He was pissed when it came to that moment.
Oh, yeah. You're a terrible
Oh.
person. You shouldn't have done that.
You
Oh, no, fuck that.
shitbird.
In Saw, I was like,
Shitbird.
in Saw, as soon as they played like the poison that was killing him, I was like, it's the dude in the middle of the floor. And like, my friends were very upset with me at that point.
Yeah, because you're a bad person. Stop that shit.
No, write better fucking movies like Retro Freaks.
No, don't go see a movie with Jeff, apparently.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so there's so many that are based on books that I haven't read, right?
Yeah.
Was it Android sheep?
Androids Dream of Electronic Sheep? Yeah.
Yeah, like I've never read that.
That's like iRobot, Blade Runner.
I have read iRobot, like all the Isaac Asimov books, and I read
Mhm.
those. You know,
Yeah.
again, talking about science fiction that shaped us as far as books, that was a huge one.
Yeah.
District 9
is good. Cultural impact, right? That's what.
Oh shit.
Mm.
I remember that movie came out and they had the footage of like those people being interviewed. And like I was like, wow, that's really fucking raw and gritty. And like I wonder how he did that. And then I watched the making of, and like they just fucking stole news clips.
Yep.
And that were talking about their fellow human being. And I was like, wow, that's okay. Wow. And then I guess the people of that town got really fucking pissed. But it's like, fuck you, don't be dicks, maybe. I don't know.
Well, and the budget too for that. I mean, Blomkamp showed that you could make this. I can't remember what the budget was at the time, but it was like Godzilla -1. It's like, we're gonna make this for $15 million. That is unheard of for the quality of that fucking movie.
Yeah.
Godzilla, science fiction.
Yeah.
And fantastic science fiction at that.
Yeah.
I just like that there's never going to be a sequel to it. No matter what. There will never be a sequel to District 9.
Galaxy Quest is so good.
Oh yeah.
I love that fucking movie.
I mean, I know
We
it's a
need your help.
parody.
Fucking great,
It's a
dude.
parody, but
I don't have a last name. I'm going to die. Well, we're just going to walk out on the alien planet, no helmet, nothing, you know.
you're just saying what the computer says. I have one job, and I'm going to do it. Sigourney Weaver smoking fucking hot.
She's pretty hot in that movie. She's pretty
God,
pretty
we haven't
good.
talked about Avatar. It's just Dances with Wolves in space, but I mean, it
It's
had
also
a big, pretty.
Romeo and Juliet in space.
It's a huge cultural impact. I mean, I know
I
there's
never
a ton
watched
of
it.
fans out there. I just don't know who they are, but there's a fucking theme park for it now that people are raving about.
I had to see that shit 5 times in theaters. Because it came out around my birthday. And my friends were like, hey, Jeff, we're going to take you on a surprise. I was like, cool. Watched it the first time. Great. Another group of friends in Arizona was like, Jeff, we're going to take you to a movie. Okay, great. Oh, And then that happened 3 more times.
And you ruined it for each one of them when you, at the very beginning of the movie, you were like, this is Dance with the Wolves in space.
No, I just like looked at them and was like, are you guys kidding me right now? I'm like, what do you mean? You heard me talk about this movie. Well, yeah, we hadn't seen it, but we thought, I was like, oh, okay. But grab Thor's hammer, I shall avenge thee.
Really, I mean, if Justin Long's in it, it's probably a pretty good movie.
Hey guys, the beryllium sphere. I guess they're saying we need a new one.
Oh my god! Yeah,
never give up.
Tony Shalhoub, right, is the only person that's like they get teleported. He's like, cool. Everybody else is, oh god. Sam Rockwell, such a good character in that fucking movie, man.
Guy is great.
Yep, it stands with the Wolves, which doesn't make it a bad movie.
No,
I just had no desire to watch Avatar ever fucking again once I saw it in theater. I was like, I'm good.
I haven't even seen the sequel.
Stephen Lang is amazing. I'm with you, Jeff. I haven't seen the sequel. I don't give a shit.
I've still never watched the entire of the first one.
You did.
The mech suits were awesome.
Nope. Mech suits were cool. Stephen Lang is fucking amazing in that fucking role.
Yeah, it was cool to see Cable.
It was when they were. I mean, I love fucking Josh Brolin, but when they picked Stephen Lang, I'm like, fucking man, yeah, get this guy going because he is on all of the gear right now.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. That's iconic.
That was iconic. I remember reading that book in high school and getting yelled at for reading that book in high school.
Do you have your towel?
I did.
Got to have a towel, man.
So I like this. Brian King, 100% The Martian is a great book and film. So, Jerk, we have to say that the film is not good because Sean Bean lives.
I mean, well, that's true. Per our rules, not a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to science the shit out of this. I love that line, but really, would you really have said that?
Like, my commander's a great person and all, but the only music she has is disco. Yeah.
I'd say The Martian is not a iconic cultural tidal wave, right?
No, it totally is. When that
do you have people quoting The Martian other than I'm gonna science the shit out of this all the
time? When those vlogs came out, and the fake vlogs came out of like how this movie was made and how it was eventually turned into a book. Every science fiction person, everybody I knew that were nerds were like in it because like the writing was so compelling and so good. And the only thing that didn't make sense in that movie was the wind.
Think about this, though. The Matrix, movies and TV shows constantly reference the fucking Matrix. What references The Martian?
Science the shit out of it.
But pick a movie or show that says that.
The Martian. Us. Dude bros. We say it.
We're doing it now. That's what I'm saying, man. But I don't think that's got that cultural impact. We need a poll in the chat.
But it also hasn't had the opportunity to have that yet. I mean, I'm about 1999 and 2019.
You think it might have, and we're going to see it?
Could.
Later,
I mean,
maybe?
Weirder things have happened. I mean, more stranger pop culture phenomenons have happened.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, people quote the Tiger King, and who gives a shit, right?
Which I love this, by the way. Yeah.
This is another good point. Like, movies have spent way too much on future space programs to rescue fucking Matt Damon. He's not that good, guys. He's not that great.
He's okay.
Yeah. He fucked up a spaceship and got stranded on Mars.
Yeah, Dogma is his best movie. Done.
Whoa.
It's a good movie.
Probably my favorite of his, yeah.
Right.
I do love it. He plays a good Loki. He plays a good Loki.
He does. But Interstellar, I love that movie. I'm going to say the same as The Martian, though. I don't think that has this gigantic cultural impact, but I think it has more than The Martian does.
It did for me. If that makes any sense.
No, I know. I get that. It's like the Twilight Zone is undeniable. Yeah. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is undeniable. Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yeah. And also Pitch Black. Headcanon just brought that up. And I remember seeing that, not knowing shit about the movie, and just going, this looks fucking cool.
Yeah, same.
You know what? It was fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went in there with no expectations whatsoever. It was like blam.
I remember seeing the whatever the second one. I remember seeing it in theaters and thinking it was pretty fucking rad. But it's not as good as the first one. The first one's actually good.
The third one is not good at all.
I don't remember the third one.
Katie Sackhoff shows her titties in it. That's the only reason I know.
Alexa,
Judge Dredd. All of the Judge Dredd. What's up, Talib?
Judge Dredd's definitely on a list. I don't know how influential it is, but
Right. That's the word I'm looking for, Mikey.
like that's the thing with this list is if it's the sci-fi that shaped us, then it has to have a significance in the growth or the perception of our nerdom or whatever, and that's great because for the three of us, it's going to mean something completely different.
Well,
there's going to be a few overlapping, but each one of us is going to pick the different list, which is kind of why we thought it was cool to not set like demands. Like this isn't going to be stipulations. It has to fit this. Just no sci-fi. You pick it. We'll discuss it. The whole thing will be 3 completely different walks of life.
Yeah, because my last one will be the movie I will pick for every time we talk about the best movie in whatever genre it is, and it's Predator. It's the best fucking movie ever goddamn made. Fuck you, Jeff.
I've never seen Predator.
Yeah, neither have I.
Yeah, Mikey has never seen Predator.
I've never heard of that movie.
Yeah, you want to talk about, for me, you want to talk about a G.I. Joe movie. Holy shit. Like
That one definitely shaped me. It was my first rated R movie.
Holy cow.
I saw that before Terminator.
Yeah.
That cloaking, his camouflage, right? The Predator's camouflage, they use that ad nauseum in every show, TV, movie, fucking whatever from there on out.
Yeah. Tony saw it in real life. Remember that thing that was crossing the street?
Oh, yeah.
Tony saw a Predator in real life.
Apparently I missed this.
You even watch our friends' shows.
Was it the pre-roll where I'm working?
Wow.
Shouldn't you be working too if it's the pre-roll, Mikey?
I can do inventory. I'm not like talking to customers.
I was like, I don't remember this at all.
There he is. True story, dude. It's come up several times.
It's Predator, dude.
Drip says we're getting a 4th Riddick film. That'll be interesting.
Ooh, dude, really? You're keeping it going, huh? This one's going to be about family.
What was the third one? Was that the Death Mongers?
Which one was Chronicles?
Is that Carl Urban in the third one?
The third one had the dog that he made, like the alien dog, and like he encountered the dude from the first movie's dad.
I don't remember that at all. So a second one, Chronicles of Riddick?
So wrong, jerk. I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's the second one? Okay, that's where I stopped then.
You keep what you kill. I want to say that was the third one, right? With the Carl Urban.
No, second one.
That was the second one?
Yeah, Carl Urban made like a brief cameo appearance in the third one.
The third one's where they do the girl dirty, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that made me so fucking mad, dude. The third Riddick film. I also want to spoil that, but I hated what they did with her character.
Yeah.
Too fast, too Riddick.
I don't know. I kind of think I don't really get shot for this, but I kind of think Twins is better than Conan.
God damn, Jeff, you are
good
brain
lord,
damaged. Brain fucking damaged.
Oh my
guys.
god!
When people go like, "Hey, Zach, you're giving Jeff a hard fucking time," this is fucking why, because he goddamn deserves it, and he knows what he's goddamn doing. He's a monster. Who
says shit like that?
That motherfucker right there, and I love him, but he's got a dark side.
I just like Twins, man. It's a funny movie.
That's like
Conan.
walking into a room with fucking paraplegic people talking about how tired your legs are. Read the room, Jeff.
So it's on par with the Bruce Willis joke?
Yeah, you're setting a fucking standard for sure.
Read the fucking room. There's a shirt right there when we start doing merch. Read the fucking room, Jeff.
Read the fucking room, Jeff. Let's write. Zach, take a note. Put that in your notes.
I got it.
Put that in your notes, please.
100% correct.
Read the fucking room, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's a solid shirt for sure.
I like those movies. Don't get me wrong. I like both Conan movies. Just, I think Twins is better.
You guys want to know something? I've never seen the
So,
Conan movies.
You never seen Twins? You never seen Conan?
I've seen Twins.
Okay. You've never seen Conan?
I've never seen any of the Conans.
Read the fucking room, Mikey.
I don't know what to do here.
We're talking about sci-fi, not fantasy.
I get it, but wow.
Wow.
I almost read right. Read the room, Jeff. Yeah. Got it. Merch, shirt, read the room, Jeff. Got it.
Yeah, I've never sat down and watched it.
Wow.
What is best in life, Cicadan? Tits.
Mm.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what to say, and that's kind of a weird.
Right? That's where Ken. Yeah, we're all like, I don't know how to take that, process that. With that, it's 11 o'clock our time, CST, best time.
I'm flabbergasted.
He's like, I gotta go, but then Dre's like, titties.
and to see your enemies driven before you, right?
Well,
yeah, all that. Yeah. Lamentations. Lactations of the women? I don't know.
The lactations of the women. Real high on the list.
Titties, lactations of the women. I'm writing that down.
See how they go hand in hand.
They're like bags of sand.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight and watching our show as we continue to figure it out. Catch us next week when we'll be on Mikey's show at 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern. Mm-hmm. And we don't have a subject yet.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Do we want to pull the chat and see what do it like last time? We have a couple. Like,
we have ideas. We have ideas. We can do
scenes,
that.
We have that.
We have the soundtracks. I really like the soundtracks one.
Best fight scene.
I'm leaning towards soundtracks because it's music and we've not done any music yet. But let's see what the chat thinks. We got 30 people in the room.
All right.
Thanks for showing up, guys, by the way. Like, share, subscribe, talk about how awesome the show is, or how, you know what, if you guys are bored, check this show out. Do one of those kind of deals.
Based on the chat so far, I think it just best tits and movies. I think
titties is winning out, definitely. And wow.
Titties
so Showgirls at the top of all of our lists.
I've never seen Showgirls, but after watching your guys' Christmas scenes, I'm gonna have to check it out.
me going off on Jay Bartlett about Die Hard.
That was great.
I think honestly, I scared the little guy a little bit.
I really enjoyed seeing Jay get worked up again because it's been a long time since I've seen that.
You want to trigger me? God damn, you fucking don't do this.
Because I was watching Steam the whole time, and I was like, oh man, somebody's gonna push him.
Mikey knew I was doing this on my keyboard. Like, you son of a bitch, you Canadian fuck, you go. Shout out to Jay. Jay's awesome.
All right, so it looks like soundtracks is the winner.
I'd say so. Woo! We're getting a lot of. You guys broke Jay.
And people want,
Jay was playing it up.
He'll be fine.
People want fantasy and war movies or battle or military movies. So
soundtrack, but titties.
Yeah, and we'll do a sci-fi part 2 as well. And
favorite military. Brian King's always got some bangers. I like saving for ideas. I think he also had the best fight scene too.
That's good. I mean, favorite military movie is definitely that's broad. That's broad because you're just saying military. That could very well be Aliens and Starship Troopers.
100%,
or it could be
right.
It could be fucking Saving Private Ryan.
We say modern military movie? Like, what would we have? We'd have to limit it down.
Fucking right? Memphis Belle. It could be lots of movies that could be.
I watched that movie about the guy that was a conscientious observer in World War II recently. The guy that saved all those dudes' lives recently. It was like had fucking Andrew Garfield in it. Fucking
yeah. Hacksaw Ridge.
Yeah, fucking great movie.
It is a really good movie.
Oh,
Vince
it's the
Vaughn
soundtrack.
kind of kills it in it.
And
Yeah.
then Obby right
It's
after that.
really good. Ooh, Crow is good. The Crow
That's pretty fucking
soundtrack.
good.
is
Yeah,
hard.
Ken
That's a
and
good-
Ken and Obby just back to back on that, man.
That's a solid one.
The first Ghostbusters soundtrack is really good.
It features Ray Park Jr.
It does a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it strongly features.
Yeah, man. So guys, that's probably what's going to be. We'll do soundtracks.
The soundtrack,
Yeah.
Each one of us will have
Best-
at
best
least
movie
one Kenny
soundtrack.
Loggins featured soundtrack in it.
I want honorable mentions too. I want it like TV shows. We talked about that a little bit.
Well,
Like
then
if there's
make
an iconic, like like does Knight Rider? Would you count that opening like sound
Like
sequence?
theme songs.
Like opening
Yeah.
theme song? The A Team.
18.
That was literally
fucking
humming
mash.
as I'm
Dude,
messing.
Suicide is painless.
I couldn't tell you what that
But
sound
you
for
know that
song
fucking
is.
song.
Yeah.
Well,
hear
you
it, I
probably don't know the
would.
lyrics, but you know.
I know the lyrics
musical
of
part
it because I got curious one day and was like, "What's this song? Holy fuck!"
Dark as shit.
Yeah.
My God.
Doesn't help that Marilyn Manson did a cover of it either.
Like
Yeah,
Miss
that
Marilyn
would
Manson.
that would not help it with it.
I would say it would.
Willy Wonka, that has a pretty good soundtrack.
Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, Airwolf. There's a lot of really good theme songs too.
And,
My God, that might be its own show, huh?
I think TV
Theme songs.
should be
Yeah,
different.
theme songs should be its own thing.
All right.
But we're gonna talk about scores. Like the entire score from Interstellar was great. You know,
So
and like,
let's do movie soundtracks.
the fucking Jaws.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could do scores would be included in that for sure.
Yeah.
So scores and soundtracks.
Yeah.
I mean, Star Wars.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Spoiler
If you wanna be
alert.
basic- if you want to be basic, you can say Star Wars.
The Imperial fucking march is fucking iconic as fuck.
I mean, the Imperial March performed in metal is great.
You know why it's good?
Well,
Because it's fucking iconic.
Yeah,
dude, the Imperial March is even good. Just how it just reading off of a hard drive. If you guys remember that, we're just reading off of the hard. Oh my God, it's an old as hell, but man, it's still good.
It's still good.
Like
Quinn.
just it reading a hard drive to the it's great.
All right, so we'll do movie soundtracks. We'll do
Movie soundtracks
scores and
next
soundtracks. We'll do that next week.
and that will be on Mikey's channel, JMK Custom Works.
Any
We'll
other
figure it
plugin?
out.
I got nothing, so I'm easy. I'll be able
I
to
got
figure it
nothing.
out. Unless
Good.
we're doing Resolve, Jeff. When's that happening?
Resolve
I
is going
think
to start.
that's the following week.
That's the following Tuesday. I'm not,
Not
there yet.
this coming Tuesday.
This
No.
coming Tuesday. Oh wait, no, fuck that. This coming Tuesday, we're gonna be on Lesbian Series channel. As he does a 24-hour stream where we'll be hopping in and out.
Oh yes, the
Maybe?
25 to 6 or 4 stream.
On the 31st, yeah. The only
Do, do,
reason
do,
I
do,
know
do.
that
Tony stream.
Do, do, do,
Yeah.
do,
I
do,
heard
do,
something
do.
else. I don't know why.
Do, do,
Yes,
do,
Legend
do, 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 do.
series, 24 hours. Crazy
25
son of a
or
bitch.
6 to 4.
And also, you need to show up because we're also going to celebrate my birthday a little bit on that day. I will be the answer to life.
We'll be drinking liquor
Oh,
in celebration of Jeffrey.
I've got a bottle of Crown Rum that I plan to go through. So,
You got a bottle of what?
Tuesday.
Crown Royal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, did you get a special kind?
I tried finding
You had a
blackberry,
caramel?
but I couldn't.
Oh, you tried to find the blackberry. I've heard it's very good,
Yeah.
but I've also heard the salted caramel is.
Hey, plug stuff. Dial it in. Come on.
I'll plug you, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you will.
No, I'm not. No, for sure not, dude. You got Hershey squirts, and I don't want anywhere near it.
I know, pervert. Your German showing.
he frosted me like a fucking cake.
I just said that to the wife the other day.
Good night, everybody. Maybe.
Maybe.
Game over, man. It's game over.
Eat my short.
Go fuck yourself.
You shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
Flush that turd down the drain! Avenge me! Avenge me!
Thank you. Thank you.